Hey everyone, welcome to H. Cooper Crafty Bug and Crafty Bug's Homecoming Mum Beehive. This is my second attempt at filming this. Okay, I've talked about a new braid that I've been working on all year, and I did finally video it. I think it was last week, and the audio did not record. So here I am talking like this with no sound, and then doing, the braid with no sound. So I could voice over some of it, but not the intro where I was talking about the braid. So here is the braid. That's not perfect because I'm still playing around with it, learning which way to do the ribbons best, but this is the way I like it best. And so this is one of those, if you do even one thing different, you're going to come up with something that looks completely different. Uh, this is the same braid, it's just different. I just did it differently. And you'll know what I'm talking about when I show you. So I'm going to show you this way. And then I think I will later make a video once I get this one down. This was the only one that I've made like this. I have a couple, and I showed them in the first video, so I'll try to clip those in, um, showing you all the different ones, like the first ones I did, and then I made several of them to try and get it down. But yeah, I'm going to show you, and I just want you to keep in mind, if you know what the twisted military is, I want you to think about that when you're making this, because this starts out like a double, except the way you layer the ribbons to start is different than the double, but you're using that same amount of ribbons. And then you will use the twisted military technique. So you'll go, when you make your loops, you'll go forward on the, to me, I do it on the right side. It doesn't matter which side you do which. It's going to look a little different, I'm sure. But for me, I always go on the right side. I always go forward with the loop, and then on the left side, I go backwards with the loop. So you go forward and then backward. But it does matter like which ribbon you start with, and if you go over or under a ribbon. So like I said, you'll have 2 on the side and 2 on this side, and actually 8 because I like it doubled. But the first video where I teach y'all, I just do a single ribbon. With 4 different colors to kind of help you guide you what's going on. So hopefully I can get the rest of that voiceovered, and then yeah, hopefully I won't have to record making the video first. So I do want to say I haven't seen that before. I've showed it to TJ and Connie. I've seen pictures in the video when I first was like playing around with it, and it was a hot mess. I showed them the little video clips and stuff, but none of us have seen it before, so I don't think anybody else has came out with it. Maybe another version of it or something, I don't know. But like I said, the way you braid and which ribbon you do first, I've had ones that come out different looking, so this is one that you could definitely come out with something different just from changing one little thing. But I hope y'all like it. I like it because I think it's chunky, and it's just, you can see the military, but like it kind of loops together. See that? And I just really like that. And I like the chunkiness of it. I think it'd be good for draping. It'll be good just for hanging down. I really, really like it. So I'm trying to get this out before homecoming season gets too close. So y'all can give it a try if you want to. If not, wait till next off season and play around with it then. But I'm hoping to use some on some mums this year. Hope y'all like it. I am going to share this with my H. Cooper Crafty Bug VIP members, like the top level memberships on H. Cooper Crafty Bug, the highest members on, which I don't know if I have any, on Homecoming Mum Beehive, and then I'll release it to the other channel members, and then I'll release it publicly. But I just wanted to give, especially the VIP members, because I appreciate y'all so much. I wanted to give you first dibs at it. So I don't know when I'm going to release it to each one because I may forget, but I will release it to y'all first and then wait a week or two because I want to get it out before homecoming season's really upon us. I'm sorry, I meant to do this months ago, but I just couldn't really sit down and work on it, and really, I really had to get a grasp of it, especially this one. So y'all get to see it first, and then the rest of the channel members will get a sneak peek of it, or not sneak peek, you'll get the video of it first, and then I will release it publicly, probably as a premiere for one of uh, my Wednesday and Tuesday night premieres for both channels. I'll release it to both channels, and maybe I'll do a separate video, a newer video, updated video of it if I have time. But yeah, that's my plans. So I hope y'all like it. Please comment, but please be kind with those comments. And, don't forget to do all those YouTubey things, subscribing, sharing, liking, commenting. And I hope y'all enjoy this. I hope y'all have a wonderful homecoming season. God bless. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
All right, I'm going to do the best I can, remembering what I was saying. So, you want to start out just like you would a military braid, but double that. So, this is how I start a regular single military braid with a loop and then another ribbon stapled like that. And I learned that from Connie at the Southern Cottage because I used to do two loops. Now I just do one with the other one stapled, the other ribbon stapled to it. So, again, you want two of those. And you do get a better braid if you double the ribbons, but for practicing, okay, this is how you start a double military. I just wanted to show that for reference. That's how you start a double military. This is going to be a little different. So you want to stack the two loops on top of each other, and then you want those two ribbons side by side, so right up against each other. So stack the loops like that. I'm freeze framing that for a second, and then put those two ribbons side by side, and then give it a staple so they stay together. And I'm going to show you it on the table too when I get started. And again, I did the four colors so you guys could see which ribbon is going where. So I have my loops on the left side. I don't think it matters which side you start with. This is just how I start one. I always start the loops on the left side. I guess because I'm right-handed. I don't know. Y'all tell me how you start. So you want to start, and again, I'm showing the loops stacked. I'm trying to show you every angle so you can really see those two ribbons are going to be on top of each other. And where did I come up with this? I was wondering if there was something else you could do with a double, but make it look different. So I knew I couldn't start it out exactly the same. So I thought, I wonder if you stack the two loops on top of each other, what will happen? And so this is what happened. But it is a little tricky because, like I said, if you do one thing different with your ribbons, um, like going over instead of going under, or starting with the front one instead of the back one, then yeah, you can get a different look. But I hope y'all play around with this and come up with different looks. Like I said, I've played around with it and I've gotten completely different looks. And some of them I haven't been able to recreate, but I haven't had a lot of time to really sit down and play with it. I've just tried to focus on the one way of braiding it, the one braiding technique to get it down. So on my right side, again, I'm going to go forward with my loops like I just showed. And then on the left side, I'm going to go backwards with my loops. See, go backwards or under, whichever way your brain connects with that. Forward and then under on the left side. And I want to start with the back ribbon first, which is going to be your yellow ribbon. The red one is going to be my top ribbon. And that one, the yellow one, is going to be my back ribbon, just as the green is going to be the back ribbon and the purple is going to be the top ribbon. So I always start with the back one first. That worked better for me, so that's why I do it that way. So again, you go forward with a loop and you're going to make a loop into the front loop. If you braid your back ribbon into your back loop and then your front into your front, you're going to end up with two separate braids. So don't do that. You're trying to connect them together. So your back one, you make a forward loop into the front loop. And then you take your front ribbon, you make a forward loop into your back ribbon. See, yeah, I'm going to lose y'all already. And you can't tighten these because they're stapled. So now we're going to start with our green ribbon. Remember, you go under or backwards with the loop, and you're gonna go into your front loop. Since that's the back ribbon, you're going into the front loop. And see what my loop did? You see how it twists like that? Let it do that. I found that I really like that. It just naturally wants to fold over like that, so let it do that, and then it sits there. It doesn't try to unfold usually. You can leave it like that and see what look you get, but I started realizing after so many of these that instead of fighting it, I just let it do that, and then I like the way the ribbons turn out. So now we're going with that purple front ribbon. Going under or backwards with the loop to make a loop, and then we're going into the back loop, which is the red ribbon. So now you guys see the reason for the 4 colors. And you may want to do 4 colors yourself when you're playing with this. Now we're just going to start back over. We're going to go over to the right side, and now the red ribbon is in the back. So we start with that one forward into the front loop. Just snugging up those ribbons. It's a military braid, so snug them up. So the red one goes into the green, the top loop with a forward loop. Snug that down, and then move that out of the way because you don't want to go on top of that. Don't do that. Don't go on top. You want to go under. So if you need to, fold that over and move it out of the way so you can easily grab that yellow ribbon and go into the back loop. So it's a play on a double military, but also a twisted military. Um, but of course, it's not a double twisted military because you're starting the ribbons out differently. Again, we're going under or backwards to make the loop, and we're going into the front loop. The back ribbon is going into the front loop, and it's constantly going to change where the ribbons are not going to stay. As you noticed, the green one was on front to begin with, and now the purple one is because the way you're braiding them, they're constantly going to rotate. So the green was on top, make a backward loop or under loop, and go into the back loop, which is your yellow. And sometimes I don't want to go in there or my fingers don't want to work. Tighten that. That one I don't let fold over. It doesn't usually naturally want to fold over. It's usually just that front one that wants to fold over. So I have started letting it fold over. But like I said, you can do whatever it's naturally wanting to do for you. Just try to see how it turns out for you like that. All right. I am zooming in and and I also slowed this video down, as you can probably tell. So I wanted to do slow motion to show you the movements again because we're back to the right, starting over again. Again, when you're watching any YouTube video, you can hit the settings wheel. I know when I'm watching it on my laptop, it's on the screen. I think it is on your phone and stuff too. But just tap that settings wheel and go to playback speed, you can speed up or slow down any video. So if you're trying to learn a braid or it's been a while since you made it and you want to make it with the video, slow that video way down. And that way you're not constantly trying to rewind it and go, what's she saying? And pausing and stuff. It will help you tremendously. You may still have to pause it some and go back a little bit, but it's really going to help you. And it's kind of funny to listen to us really slowed down too or sped up. So if you want some silliness, you can speed us way up. So I just did the right side again. We're back to the left side. And I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Oh, there's like a big gap there in the green in it. So it just needed to be pulled. It got too loose. So try to pay attention to that. You'll have to tell me if this is just as hard as the patent or if it's more difficult. What you think? Oh, another thing, you may have noticed there is no name for it because I'm just not good at names. I'm sorry, um, I'm not good at coming up with clever names. So I would love for y'all to comment things you decide. And you, most of you know, I have the patent braid, which is named after my oldest, and then I have the braiding, which is a bubblegum braid, and so that's named after my middle child. I don't have a braid named after my youngest yet, Lily. So if y'all can do a play on Lily or Lily Anna, I think that would be even prettier. So, um, got to do a braid for her sometime. Doesn't have to be this one, but she is a lot like her oldest brother, so it would be fitting to do a military type that is a little bit complex. So, but y'all just play around with some names. I would love to hear them, and then maybe we can vote on them in the group. Oh, I got out of frame. I'm sorry. I'm just tightening up there. Again, you see that green one flipped. It just wants to flip for me. It may not want to for y'all. But I noticed like the last few I made, it wanted to flip. So I just, you know what? I'm going to let it flip. And I was perfectly happy with how it turned out. So you may want to do that, or you can move it back and make it stay where it's supposed to. You see that I still get a pretty braid either way. Now I'm doing that front ribbon, which is the purple ribbon, going backwards or under to make the loop and going inside the red back loop and then snugging that up. You tighten it, it wants to flip it, but only because I'm snugging it up. So it's kind of trying to show what it would look like if you curled that or let it flip over. And then the green one came undone. I noticed that a lot of times, though, when I let the green one or the top one, not just the green one, the top one flip like that, it usually stays in place. But that was with the doubled ribbon. So again, it may not work for you, but it really was helpful for me. So again, we're starting with the back ribbon. We're going forward this time with the loop into the front loop. Snug that down, move that out of the way, make a forward loop, go into the back loop, which is the purple one this time, and snug that down. Then move over to your left side again. So if you can get these movements down, which ribbons to start with, which one to make, which way to make the loop, and which loop to go inside of, you will get it down. You see that purple one just went boop and flipped over, and I just let it. I'm sure I will make more of these videos. Like I said, I need to play around with some different ways to make it and see how they turn out and really work with them. And it'll probably be, it's getting close to homecoming. I'm already getting a lot of orders, getting busy. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to work on it this season, but I really love to be able to work on it, before the next mom camp, which we don't have scheduled yet, um, and be able to teach it at that mom camp, especially if there's some different ways to make it. I have no idea what I'm saying there. I'm wagging my finger, but I have no idea what I was trying to tell y'all. So again, we're going to start with the right side. We're going forward with the loop and we're going into the top loop, which is the purple one this time. And then snug that down, flip that yellow one over so you can get it out of your way if you need to. And then grab that back ribbon, do a forward loop into the back loop. I'm just going to repetitively say that over and over because if you're trying to make it with me, that way you can kind of help you to keep up. So we took the back ribbon on the left side, we made a back loop, a backwards loop or under loop into the front loop. Now we're taking the front ribbon, doing a backwards or under loop into the back loop. I know that's confusing, but luckily you're watching me. And to anyone that complains about the angle or something, I can't get any better than this. There's always one during homecoming season that complains about the angle or something. I am overhead, directly overhead. I've got probably 5 lights on my table. I don't know how I could get any better than that. I mean, I'm constantly trying to make better or better videos and just constantly buying new equipment and stuff. But, if you want to help my channel out, always subscribing and commenting always helps. But, watch an ad or two, that helps me earn some money. And that money always goes back into my channel and to whether it's equipment like that, like camera equipment, a new camera, lighting, microphones, all that stuff, or it's more stuff, ribbons, bling, all the stuff that I buy to make stuff so I can make videos. But I think doing 4 colors like that, I remember when I showed the patent braid and I showed it in 3 colors because just so much easier to learn it with different colors like that when you have multiple ribbons going on. And I'm going to show some of those again. So compare it uh, in person. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but in person with the one on top, the orange and white one is doubled. Um, you can tell a huge difference. It's like twice as thick. And then, of course, it just feels better. But to learn, to practice, please, y'all, just cut like a yard of ribbon for each one, or if you have some scraps that are that size, and then just braid with it. Try to do 4 colors. It'll be so much easier. Or, like different textures. That'll help too. Just something to make it different. And then unravel it and keep practicing it. Don't waste a bunch of ribbon. Okay. Like I said, that's one that I did. That one is actually forward, forward. So forward, making the loops on the right side and on the left side. So this is the difference you get. I was having problems with those side ribbons. I think you can tell. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but there's some mistakes. And then the diamond dust, um, I think I did not double these ribbons. So it was diamond dust, and I did not double them. But all of a sudden on the side, the diamond dust started not showing. It was on top at the beginning. And so I was having to give it another twist. So I really need to play around with that way of making it and get that down and really so I can do a video. But y'all are welcome to play around with it and please share those video or well, yeah, if you make a video, but share the photos and videos. But just please tag me in it so I can see it and give me a little credit for coming up with the braid. I'd appreciate it. Again, I would love for y'all to help me with a name. So don't forget to, I don't care how silly you think the name is. I want to see you guys engage with this and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the braid too, please. I'm doing all kinds of hand movements and I have no idea what I'm saying, so I'm sorry. Hopefully, it wasn't anything important. But I don't know if I showed the very first braids I made. They were a mess. There it is. There's one. There's one. You see? You see how that's like completely different. So I was just doing all kinds of different movements. So you can see a difference in how they look. And I love when they loop together like that. I don't think they always do that though. So I think I may be doing something different. I don't know. Like I said, it's still new for me. I've made several just trying to get it down, trying to get one of the techniques down. And this was my favorite. The way I just taught was my favorite outcome so far. So I'm curious to see what y'all think. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope it was helpful. If I didn't explain something clearly, let me know what I could do to make it more clear. But like I said, I can't get a better video than this. I can't get um, a better angle than this. There's an orange and black one. You see it does like stripes when you do those colors, but I don't remember how I started those out. I don't remember if I don't think I put the colors on one side, like orange on one side and black on the other. I think I alternated it, if I remember correctly. So we need Ginger on this as well, so she can give us the colors. She breaks all these braids down and tells you where to put the different ones to come out, how the colors will come out, how the pattern will come out if you put the colors, start out with the colors in certain areas. So I'm curious to see what she does with that too. But I have several of them and I need to make some more because I really need to have it down and I want to use some of them this year. And I understand if y'all don't have time to sit down and play with a new braid right now. Like I said, you can wait till next, or November. You can wait till November, or, which for me, start doing Christmas stuff. So after Christmas, I'm gonna sit down and start learning something new. That's fine too. I'm sure I will start doing some more videos, just like I did with the Peyton. I've made so many Peyton braid videos, but and the more I make of these, the better I'll have, like the better tips and um, all the measurements and such. That is what I was going to share. I think that's what I shared at the end, and I just realized that. Okay, so here's the measurements I have so far. 4 yards equals about a 31-inch braid. 3 yards equals about a 24-inch braid. And we've got 2 yards equals about 16-inch braid. 48 inches is about an 8-inch braid. And that's just what the measurements I've played around with so far. So that'll give you a guide on where to start. So don't gripe at me if I don't have all the measurements. All right, thanks, guys. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, be kind with the comments, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Happy mum making, happy crafting, everyone. God bless.